The following is for entertainment purposes only. We are not financial advisors. We are not responsible for any losses, only the profits.
Up, Octo Nation, we got a pretty cool one here. Just when you think there's not another one out there, there is. I haven't even heard of this one until last night when someone brought it up, and I'm just like, dude, this is so sweet. How have I not heard about it? Let's dive on in. NetElement enters into definitive merger agreement with electric vehicle company Mullen Technologies. So what is Mullen Technologies? Mullen Technologies is a Southern California based licensed electric vehicle manufacturer in the international distribution that operates in various verticals of business focusing in the automotive industry. Mullen Automotive, Mullen Energy, Mullen Auto Sales, Mullen Funding Corp, and Car Hub. Each of these divisions provide Mullen with diversity of different products and services within the automotive industry. Full spectrum again. First vehicle we got lined up here is this SUV thing. It's a 4-door. It looks like it's sitting pretty high. You know, it looks decent. Looks all right. I'd say already it looks better than that Tesla thing that's out, which I think is it just looks like a blob on wheels. I think it's one of the most terrible looking things out there. Minimal battery capacity decrease over charge cycles. It's got 2% degradation in battery capacity over 10,000 charge cycles. So their batteries is what these guys are hyping are bomb, right? 98% of battery capacity even after years of use, so they hold charge. You know, that is a big problem because a lot of old like EV batteries and stuff, they kind of just are terplut and people don't know what to do with them. You can kind of recycle them, but that's even a whole nother business to get into. But they're saying these last a long time. Charge time is significantly less, 10 to 80% with fast charging, up to 38 minutes for top EV companies. So they're faster, 0 to 100% with fast charging, 35 minutes for Mullen. So they're saying a little bit faster. Range capacity, 300-mile range for top EV companies. And theirs is saying 500-plus mile range with their SUV. So most EV cars in like 250, 300 mile range are saying this thing is going to get 500-plus mile range, which is huge. So I think that's pretty cool. So this is kind of neat, but then look at this. This thing is bad, man. I think this kind of looks like a mix between the Audi R8 and let's call it the new Corvette. Okay, the brand new Corvette that with the engine in the back, it kind of looks like a mix between those. And this is definitely taken from the Audi R8, how they had the carbon fiber side panel on it. Well, this is all carbon fiber right here. A lot of the body panels are all carbon fiber, and this thing's sweet. This is called the DragonFly. Pure electric high performance sports car. I think that thing is bad. This only has a 250-mile range, but, you know, for a sports car, do you really need 500-mile range? Not really. 125 miles an hour, max electronically limited. It does have overclocking mode, though. Power can 125 miles an hour, ultra high speed at 1,200 RPMs. 0 to 60 in 4.6 seconds. That is Rari fast, okay? Y'all ever been 0 to 60 in 4.6 seconds? Feels pretty darn cool. These come in any different flavor you want. You can get red, whatever. You know, it's got the standard, you know, big touch screen. All looks cool. Aluminum body frame, of course. Carbon fiber body panels, though. You know, so 29 components of the body, which is about 40 to 20% of it, is carbon fiber, which is pretty darn sweet. Front and rear double wishbone suspension and chassis by Mira. So this is from a ground up build, right? I think this thing looks so cool. Dynamic torque vector distribution. So it's saying it'll move extraordinary quartering performance by applying appropriate braking force to the inner wheel. It can ensure the turn in safe and stable, providing the driver with perfect experience of more neutral steering. So it sounds like it actually puts some brakes on the inner wheels to kind of pull you out. Does anyone remember the Mitsubishi 3000 GT, the VR4 edition back in like the 90s and the early 2000s? That had four-wheel steering where like the back wheels, when you turn a corner, would turn out and these your front ones turn in. And so you could turn like super sharp. That was pretty cool, but it's kind of neat. You know, turning the inside wheels like that. I don't know. Dual motors, one in the front axle and one in the rear. Party in the front, business in the back. 4-wheel drive. Dude, that's sweet. Recharging energy storage system. So it creates, composed by 10 standard battery packs, the BMS battery management system and thermal management system. Unique standard battery box module design takes the safety of the battery system to a whole new level. The battery thermal management adapts the active liquid cooling and heating system, which fundamentally solves the problems of low temperature startup and high temperature discharge of pure electric vehicles. That is very true. Because, you know, like lithium ions get ripping hot. You know, they can burn you. They're so hot. And can stability supply electric energy even in the cold of minus 30 degrees. So, you know, to start though, the batteries are super cold. So they're saying even in snowy conditions under 30 degrees, it'll actually keep them heated. That way, if you pop in your car and want to zoom up, it'll light them up real quick and heat them up, and then you're ready to rock. So that's dope. You know, if you're living in a place that's got snow and it's 4-wheel drive, so you can drive this all winter long. I think this thing is bad to the bone looking. I don't want to get too much into the details of it. I'll leave this up in the description as always, but you know, Brembo brakes, in-car solar energy air circulation. I don't know, first class details, vehicle communication systems. It's all over the place. It's super cool. They're also trying to do this thing, and you know, I think any sort of branding and all that is good, you know, bringing people together and stuff, but they're like doing this whole coffee shop thing. Call it the Mullen Lounge Point. Welcome to our retail automotive experience. Mullen Large Point is focused on delivering a premium customer experience, fitting into your everyday life. Like, would you want to go to like a Ford dealership to get coffee? I don't know. But, you know, but that's the thing is they're trying to go after, you know, this certain sector of, let's just call it like, you know, the trendies of LA or even, you know, Berkeley or San Francisco or something. So if they set up one of these cafes in one of the hip districts and like, Mullen Cafe, what is that? But then you go inside and you see the pictures of their cars and you see people pulling up in their cars. You're like, Mullen. I mean, it makes them want it. It's kind of like that whole Tesla deal, you know, it's like Silicon Valley bleed in that they're trying to accomplish. But I mean, even looking at the wall over here, they've got just a big like abstract car picture where this chick's sitting on her iPad, you know, or whatever, iPad Air, whatever. It's just kind of funny. These aren't places that I am known to frequent, coffee shops like this, you know. But I think this is kind of smart, but I just hope they don't go too crazy trying to create like retail shops everywhere. You know, maybe keep like 2 or 3 in Seattle and San Francisco, LA, maybe something like that. But I just hope they don't go too crazy with that. So why do we care about all this? So they, as you said, as I said, are going to go with a definitive merger agreement with NETE Element. What is NETE Element? NETE Element operates a payment as a service, transactional, and value-added service platform for small to medium enterprises in the U.S. and selected emerging markets. In the U.S., the company aims to grow transactional revenue by innovating SME productivity services using blockchain technology solutions and Aptito, its cloud-based restaurant and retail point of sale solution. Are you already thinking, well, I'm thinking, what? Internationally, NETE Element's strategy is to leverage its omni-channel platform to deliver flexible offerings to emerge markets with diverse banking, regulatory, demographic conditions. NETE Element was ranked as one of the fastest growing companies in North America. They were recognized by South Florida Business Journal as fastest growing tech companies. So I haven't done a dive whatsoever really into this NETE Element company, but the cool way to look at this is if they can handle all the like the financy, website-y, technical stuff, maybe that's kind of cool, because if they could set up their whole cloud computing, you know, with setting up ways to buy this thing, I don't know. It's kind of a weird company to think that is going to be merging with a car company coming up, but you know, having the internet and all the cloud stuff set up, that's a whole nother division that, you know, all companies need. So they announced the execution of definitive agreement to merge with the Southern California-based electric company. The highlighted terms of the definitive agreement are: under the terms of the agreement, Net Element's wholly owned, newly formed subsidiary will require all outstanding shares of Mullen. So they're like literally buying all of Mullen. Upon completion of the merger, the shareholders will own 15% of Mullen, and shareholders will own 85% of the issued and outstanding shares of the combined company. Net Element has the right to acquire up to an additional 6.7% of the combined company, depending on the amount of loans from Net Element to Mullen prior to closing. Kind of weird, right? But you're getting a piece of both companies, and you can buy one ticker. So that's kind of cool. Immediately prior to the completion of the merger, Net Element will, subject to Net Element stockholders' approval, divest itself of its payments processing business and portfolio. Completion of the merger is subject to shareholder and NASDAQ approval, of course, as well as other conditions referenced in the merger agreement. Upon closing of the merger, Net Element's current management team and board directors will resign and be replaced by a management team led by David Machinery, Mullen's founder, chairman, and chief executive officer, and Mullen's nominated board of directors. The company has obtained a fairness option satisfactory to its board of directors, and each company board of directors has approved the execution of the merger agreement. So, they're getting rid of a lot of the Element stuff, and they're really pushing, this is going to be mostly the Mullen thing. They're going to just pull it up, push it out. Mullen shareholders have approved the execution of the merger agreement and the transactions contemplated in such agreement. Additional details regarding the merger, including the completion of the merger, may be found in the 8K. I quote, "Our team at Mullen Technologies is very proud to take the next step in completing the acquisition of Net Element," the CEO of Mullen said. "Mullen is dedicated to the development and environmentally friendly, affordable technology that will bring energy solutions to consumer products and communities in the near future. This acquisition provides the resources that Mullen can utilize to execute on its business model to integrate state-of-the-art clean battery technology into personal and commercial vehicles." So again, it's like, they're hyping their battery, but it sounds like it's done. Okay, it sounds like it's done, which is huge. And they dropped in that personal and commercial vehicles. So who knows? Who knows who they could hook up selling batteries to? Maybe Fisker. Maybe Fisker comes out with a commercial vehicle, and eventually sustainable, reusable battery technology into everyday consumer products. So this is not only a Mullen cool car company, electric vehicle company. This is also a EV company. It could go commercial side for last minute vehicle delivery stuff. But then they're also even doing the batteries, they're saying, for consumer products. I mean, how crazy is that? Maybe the new phone that's coming out is going to have them. Founded in 2014, Mullen experts to launch the Dragonfly. Okay, so that would be in 4 years, the Dragonfly, that super sports car, luxury sports car, in the first half of 2021. Expects to launch the Dragonfly, a luxury sports car. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, the sports car is coming out in the first half of next year. So that's in less than 6 months. Dude, that's sweet. Okay, they were founded in 2014. I'm sorry. Founded in 2014. The car's coming out in less than 6 months. Mullen currently operates 7 retail locations throughout California, as well in Arizona. Several national and local events, from the Los Angeles Auto Show to the New York International Auto Show, have showcased Mullen's automobiles and concepts cars. The Dragonfly won the Governor's Choice Award in Balboa Bay Club Classic Auto Show. We are excited to move forward with the proposed merger of Mullen Technologies. We are confident that this transaction will increase shareholder value in the long term, said the executive chairman of Net Element. Wow. And then on August 10th, there was more information here. They're just saying that they were going to try to combine. So they have announced they were going to try to combine back in August 10th. And again, I didn't even hear about it then. I've never even heard of Mullen. Have you guys? Is this old news to you? You're like, duh, I've known about this forever. So the information I was just reading was from something that came out on Friday or yesterday. So they're basically saying they're getting closer to doing this, and they gave a little bit more details. But before, in August 10th, again, they said that the results provided support for the company's licensed battery technology may be capable of enabling an electric vehicle to travel 640 miles at a cruising speed of 55 on a flat surface, 550 miles an hour at 75 miles an hour, 550 miles at 75 miles an hour. The company plans to use the technology battery in that midsize SUV. Okay, so that SUV is anticipated to come out in 2022. Be in production by 2022. So 2022 sounds like it's going to be a big year for electric vehicles. What do you think? The company licensed the battery technology through a partnership with BayOa Navigator Battery Holdings, a Beijing R&D solid state. So it's a solid state battery developer. So that's why these are already the solid state batteries that other people are saying they want to do or are working on. These guys are like, we have it. Further to the agreement, Mullen holds the exclusive rights to utilize, sell, or repack in any configuration known to unknown. Nice. The Linghang Baoa solid-state polymer battery cell, the cell, in North America, and to register patents on behalf of the company and BOA for the cell in North America. So they own the rights in North America to the battery, but probably not in Asia and all the other places. Previously testing the results conducted, BOA indicated the cell suffered no degeneration when operating from -40 degrees. We already know that. We believe our licensed solid-state battery technology should provide us with an advantage over many other companies in the EV space, as it could have the ability to provide vehicle owners with significantly increased range, single charge. We believe the launch of the SUV, the MX-05, I don't like that name whatsoever. I mean, MX, I think, Mazda's already got... Mazda has an MX-5, right? Yeah, Mazda MX-5, I believe. I don't know. I don't like that name. Will change the way that owners think about EVs and their capabilities. Solid-state battery pack is lighter than the typical lithium battery pack, while commercially offering lithium batteries required a cooling system. The solid-state batteries are naturally cooled, reducing additional energy usage and eliminating the requirement for adding cooling systems. Technology is also safe and green, as it contains no combustible materials, unlike commercially available lithium batteries. We talked about it a bunch of times. Lithiums are dangerous. One little spark or one little wrong wire or one going off, like in electronic skateboards, they can literally just combust and catch on fire, and your skateboard or your car is on fire. I like that they've already got the battery set up, like Fisker, okay? Dude doesn't even know the battery setup yet. Or he might, and he's just sandbagging. I don't think he actually does. I don't think he's going to be able to do anything by 2022 either, because he still hasn't even figured out the battery. Maybe he's going to get it from these guys, though. That would totally make sense and be awesome, because they're all about the Cali thing, too, and this might do really well. But the cool thing is then both shares will ride up, right? So where are we at? So this was riding around the $2 mark for a long time. And then what happened when that first announcement came out last month, it popped from $2 all the way up to $13 super duper fast. Okay, and then what happened? People took profits, the puppeteers took their profits, they waited for the other people to get in, and it consolidated here around $6. That was huge. That was like, six times your money, 5 times your money. That's awesome. Okay. And then it rode up again and slamming out, got up to $20 a share. And then it's just been kind of tanking ever since, right? People were just taking their profits. But, then we had this little help with what was happening last week that it started tanking even more here, coming down. And so it finished out sitting right at a crucial line that I already drew in for y'all. A horizontal. Did you see my charting video I released early today? I actually did like most of that video twice. I did it and I wasn't even recording the sound, and so I had to redo it, and it was a nightmare last night and yesterday trying to finish that, but I got it done. Go watch it if you haven't. But we've got these nice horizontal line, which is sitting perfect where it finished out on Friday, right at like $6.34. Also, if you watch that video, you'll note that, what do we have here? Can someone tell me what this is? What is this triangle? What does that look like? What should happen next? I think this is a good situation. We're getting tight in the pipe. Not only that, the angle of this, everything looks good. I want to get into this. keep in mind, this is not a SPAC. This is not a special acquisition company. This is just like a regular, like we're merging, then we're going to take it out and go, okay? So there is no like magical floor that this can't go beneath. Like this you could buy, you know, say it go 10, you could buy it 10, something happens and then it could go to 0. You know, probably not going to happen like that, but I'm just saying be wary that this isn't a SPAC, so there is not a floor. This can go as low as or as high as it wants. One thing that was very intriguing to me is there is only 45 million outstanding shares. Let's compare NEO, okay? NEO has, I think, like 1.2 billion shares. Can someone do the math on that real quick? So in order for this thing to move, it doesn't take much money. So for this thing to go absolutely parabolic and multiply your money, it's not going to take a lot of money compared to like NEO. Now, is this NEO? No, NEO is probably way further along. They already got vehicles out and all that. But I'm just saying, so you can kind of compare it to another EV company. There's only 45 million shares, which is nothing. So I think we're darn near floor on this. As low as it's probably gonna get ish, right? If we come in next week and the whole tech sector keeps diving down, this could still definitely go down, you know. So again, watch my video from yesterday, or well, I guess this morning for charting. If you want to know how I'm gonna ride this, you probably already know exactly how I'm gonna play this. So watch that, and then put it down in the comments how you think that I'm gonna ride it, where my entry point will be, and what will probably happen next. If you have any other plays that y'all want me to take a look at, or any other charts that are like, dude, I'm figuring something out here, something looks good here, looks gravy, put it down in the comments. If you haven't subscribed, please do it. It definitely helps out the channel. I'm gonna keep pumping these videos out and filling you guys with news as fast as I can get it. Stuff that's ready to pop. You know, usually put out a video, stuff's popping within a day or two because that's when I put them out. I move stuff up that I think can pop or is the right time to buy at that time. I don't even know how many videos in the pipe right now, maybe 10 I'm working on. Okay. I've still got more I think I'm even gonna do today. Definitely work on. And please like and send this video out to your friends. That definitely helps out too, even on your like Twitter or anything like that. Please share it, any other channels you're on. Y'all have a good rest of the Memorial Weekend. Y'all take care.